Oh no. I read something horrible on Twitter. Come on, man, I didn't need to read this. There's a call from Nothing XS that says, if you're interested in being a judge at EVO, we could use some extra hands. Sign up now if you'd like to help. And then I see a tweet from James that says, be a judge at EVO and help run the event. Perks include unique judge-only shirt, food provided, etc., etc., etc. Someone says it's 2019. You need to start paying judges. And James says you get a lot more value of whatever this, and that. Could you imagine if when the commentary thing went out and they're like, no, they don't need to pay the commentators. They should just hook up the commentators with a free EVO button-up, maybe a buffet voucher, maybe a spot on a Sunday pass or whatever. Oh, come on, brother. You gotta pay these people. Combo Breaker pays their judges, correct? This is also the largest fighting game tournament in the world. I think it's gotta have a judge staff that you pay for. There's a few people that are more valuable than almost anybody else at the tournament. The person in charge of creating and organizing brackets. That person is extremely important. Second thing is the judges. Because if the judges don't exist, the tournament pools don't get run. And his argument is, well, even if they paid you, the money wouldn't be that high, so these other perks are better. My argument is, I think you can give them the perks and pay them a little bit. I think you got to pay them. Offer them a stipend of X amount of money for bracket, and, give them the stipend of, well, if you're a judge at EVO and you stick around and do your job, we'll give you this, and this. They're being judges, pool judges for the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. What happens if 20 judges just walk out at EVO because they're not being paid and they're upset or something? That would be very bad. EVO would be like, oh shit, how are we going to run all these pools that we don't have people for or something? If they're paid and they're doing their jobs, then it's great. Right here, wait. Food provided for Friday and Saturday and potential to earn a free Sunday arena pass? Oh, come on, man. It can't be potential. Give these people a pass. Poor EVO, making no money. They got to do this. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy's in a bad spot to say that because, imagine if you told James, hey, James, we can't afford to pay you anymore. Potentially, we could give you a pass to go to whatever it's called, Combo Breaker has volunteers to run pools, but we pay all volunteers. Yeah. I think you have to at this point, Speaking of judging and being a judge for an event, JDCR was telling me about how when he was at Spirit Zero in Korea, there was a 5-minute time limit of being late and you DQ someone, and he was judging Tokido's pool, and Tokido was 4 minutes late. On the 5th minute, he got DQ'd, and he was this close to DQing Tokido in a loser's bracket at Spirit Zero. That would have been the funniest shit in the world, wouldn't it have been? Former teammates, this guy JDCR was like, bruh, this motherfucker Tokido's late. I gotta DQ his ass in the losers. That would have been an Event Hubs article. It would have been a huge tweet. It would have been everything. It would have been funny as fuck. Yeah, I think you gotta pay these judges, man. The thing about EVO is that it is a big tournament, and they have to pay a lot of people. They hire 50 commentators every year. They gotta hire 1 billion judges and fucking TOs and tournament staff and everything. They don't have to pay everybody a lot, but they have to pay everybody a bit to help this thing go on. To be fair, hey, would you like to commentate for a ham sandwich and a shoestring is definitely the classic, as Obama says. What do I think is a fair pay for volunteer judges? I don't know. I have no idea what's fair pay for a volunteer judges because I'm not a TO. Usually, so most events, if you guys don't know, most events, if you volunteer to be a judge, the way it works is they are like, hey, as part of doing this, you're doing it for free, and we'll give you shirts, we'll give you all this other stuff. That's for most events. But I think of an event, the scale of EVO, your judges need to be trusted and experienced, so they probably need to get paid. You guys are laughing at $10 a bracket or whatever it is, but we were just talking about not being paid at all. You're doing volunteer work for a community event and they're paying you. That seems good. Most events get on by a lot of goodwill and volunteer work from lots of amazing people. The majority of people trying to make shit happen are doing it for free or doing it for a very low rate. I also imagine lots of people who stream these events that you watch where the streamers are streaming 12 hours a day, their payment is A, not big, and B, it maybe nothing. It could just be, hey, you get to have this tournament on your stream all weekend. So you can run ads and put up the YouTube videos. Yeah, I remember Juna and Obama talking about how when they were doing Co-op Cup, that shit was free. They're like, yeah, we get to be the English stream. Our payment for the weekend is we get to run ads on our channel, and whatever the fuck happens that weekend, it'd be like that. That's our payment for the weekend. Yeah, imagine Giuna and Obama sitting at Co-op Cup, streaming it for free, no money. The payment they get is reading Twitch chat for 12 hours. So when you type in the chat, why is Obama drunk? This motherfucker's trash over here commentating in the mic drunk. And Obama's on hour 19 of fucking streaming for the weekend. And he's like, I should have a drink. This shit is brutal out here. I'm getting paid nothing. I'm gonna just fucking jump on the mic. You guys are like, why is Obama so drunk? I was like, why the fuck is Obama so drunk? Get his bitch ass off the mic. I did the same thing. But I understand it. I wasn't even wearing a headset at the end. And thank Christ for that, Obama, because while not wearing a headset, I could hear your motherfucking ass yelling from 14 feet away. I love Obama's reaction to the Twitch chat. Makoto players aren't people? Absolutely. You didn't need to tell me that. He has like a zero tolerance policy. I feel like he's been burned by Twitch chat too many times before. Every time Obama reads Twitch chat and like, hey, you stupid piece of shit, you're gonna type that shit in the chat? Not only are you banned, I'm running 2 minutes of ads for all you motherfuckers in here. I hope you hold that shit for life. And he just runs ads. Yeah, drop and give me 600, big dog. He times his ass out and runs ads on the channel. Bracket judges, there was 135 paid bracket judges at Combo Breaker. I think what you'll realize is if you wanna run a tournament, you can run a tournament. But if you wanna run a tournament right, you have to pay a lot of money to do so. It's not cheap to run a tournament correctly. And the less money you invest in running the tournament correctly, the more money you'll make because you don't have to put it into paying people and doing all this kind of shit, right? So there is stuff like that. But it's also why something like Combo Breaker will make less money than some other events because they're investing in doing the event right, you know? You're paying for these people's experiences to be good so that they then come back in the future. Like, a lot of people seem to have a real bad time in Defend the North. And I'm sure that like that will hurt them enough that like lots of people don't want to come back the next year, you know? So you're going to lose money like that. Yeah, DTN had a lot of bad things happen. So somebody had some kind of accident or issue at DTN and passed away, unfortunately. You know, I don't want to blame the event for what happened because I don't know exactly why it happened. Nobody knows the cause. Nobody knows if it's related to something that happened at the event or if it was like some kind of accident or something like that. Outside of that situation, which is already horrible enough, there was like almost nothing I heard positive about the event. There was issues with like the streamers walking out. Like I heard staff was just leaving the place. There was weird issues about people coming in and out with food or drinks and stuff like that. The venue is super hot. Like there's just all these things that people complained about being run bad. The medals looked weird. I don't know what the deal with that was. Apparently Bum talk shit about Defend the North for 4 hours on stream. Yeah, I heard Bum left. I don't know what happened, but there was like some kind of deal that they were supposed to have where Bum was supposed to do something and he showed up and he tried to set up and stream was like, everything was all fucked up and Bum was like, fuck this, I'm leaving. He was also not being paid. Perfect. Yeah, I'm sure the deal with Bum was, hey Bum, you know, if you come stream this tournament and you get to have Dragon Ball on your channel, if you set up the production and everything, you're not gonna make any money, but you know, you get all the videos and everything, blah, blah, blah. That was probably the deal. And then someone else ended up streaming it. A channel I've never heard of is like some channel I've never been to, but the Moobot just randomly was saying the N-word every once in a while. Thought that was a little weird when I was watching Dragon Ball Finals. But you know. So anyway, the moral of the story is maybe they should have paid Bum. So that he could run the stream. That was my experience watching. I was like, whoa! Maybe Moobot has the pass. Oh, boy. That's a great debate. Who knows? Anyway, Defend the North seemed like a bad time. Canada Cup was way worse. I'll never forget when we were chilling at Canada Cup, and it was like 2:30 p.m. or something, and Lapchi walked up to us and was like, third strike's running a little late. I was like, yeah, it seems like it. Street Fighter 5 Top 8 hasn't started yet or whatever. And he just looks at the Capcom Fighters production team and just goes, so we have a hard out at 4. And they're like, huh? What do you mean a hard out at 4? Like, yeah, we got to leave the venue by 4. And we're like, bruh, it's 2:30. Top 8 hasn't even started. First of all, Top 8 takes 2.5 to 3 hours. Second of all, third strike is in like winners finals. And we were like, and like, you should have seen how quickly the team was like, turned and was like, hey, Capcoms, we got a hard out at 4. And they're like, excuse me? And they're like, yep, we got a hard out at 4. We got to get out of here. So they just grabbed all this equipment, and the top 8 started off stream just like that with them recording the footage. You should have seen my face because I wasn't even commentating. I showed up to just hang out. You should have seen my face. When I heard there was a hard out at 4, it's like I disappeared into the wall. I was like, and I just like slid away. I was like, well, none of this is my responsibility and things are about to get chaotic. I am just gonna slink back. Yeah, Homer in the bushes. Maybe it was like a hard out at 6. The point was, the timing was like that. What if Evo paid staff and ESE? Oh boy. Why you gotta say shit like that, Obama? The most dangerous words in the world to hear are hard out. We got a hard out at 8 o'clock. We got to make that. It's like, oh shit. And then Justin Wong picked Minot, and we were like, oh fuck. What are we going to do? 3 out of 5 Justin Wong Minot, and every match went to last hit.